Question number 3, and this one to me is the most interesting. It is, what was the flip side to the Immigrant Song? Okay, now on your screen, you're looking at an actual copy of the Immigrant Song 45. So these things, as you recall, bands would put out an album and then they would release singles. And these things, people could go buy them if they just wanted to buy one song, but they were also things that were used for promotion, send a record to radio stations so that they'd know what songs to really push. And then by pushing a song would become popular, and then that would drive the sales of the album and would also get people excited when they would come through for a concert because they'd have very specific songs that they would be pushing at any given time. But Led Zeppelin stayed away from this largely. And what's so interesting about this particular one is that they put a song on the flip side that had never been on an album before. Because what a lot of bands would do is they'd put the song that they wanted the radio station, for example, to focus on, the one that they thought would be the hit, and they'd put that on side A. But then if you flipped the record over, these little 45s, they'd usually put maybe just another song from the album that was kind of maybe one of the more throwaway songs. But every once in a while, bands would do stuff like this. They'd put another song on the back that no one had ever heard before that wasn't on the album. And notoriously, Led Zeppelin did this with this one. Now, true Led Zeppelin fans are going to know the answer to this right off the bat. Now, other people, even if you're not a real Led Zeppelin fan, you've probably heard the song that's on the back of this CD. I was about to say this on the back of this single. Interestingly, it was an awesome song, and it ended up becoming pretty popular. So let me take this out. Of course, you remember the 45s always, they had the larger hole, and they would spin at a different speed. They would spin at 45 RPMs instead of the 33 1/3 that the full-size records would. And so, of course, that's Immigrant Song. And now I'm going to flip it over, and you'll see the answer to number 3. And it was a song called Hey, Hey, What Can I Do? And this actually ultimately was it's actually one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. But during the recording of Led Zeppelin 3, which had a much more kind of acoustic flavor to it, that album, they had also recorded this song called Hey, Hey, What Can I Do?, which was a very acoustic song. And it's got this cool little story and these great lyrics, and Robert Plant's vocals are just fantastic on this thing. Anyway, that was the answer to that question. So side B of the Immigrant Song is a song called Hey, Hey, What Can I Do? And if you're not familiar with the song, you should be.